The 5 worst habits of nice girls, and how to break them. Are you a nice girl? We all have habits that can sometimes hold us back from achieving our goals. It can be difficult to recognize these behaviors in ourselves, and even harder to break them. In this video, we'll explore some of the 5 worst habits of nice girls and provide useful advice on how to break them. So if you're ready to become the best version of yourself, keep watching. Number 1. Over-apologizing. We often hear that women apologize too much, and it's true, research shows that women apologize more than men. Women apologize to be polite, or to show they're sorry, but the problem is that over-apologizing can make us seem less confident and less assertive. We may even apologize for things that are not our fault. When we find ourselves apologizing too much, we need to recognize this habit and learn how to stop it. One way to do this is to look for the root of why you feel the need to apologize. Are you feeling guilt or shame? Are you afraid of being judged? Once you understand why you are apologizing so much, you can start working on addressing the root issue instead of resorting to apologizing as a knee-jerk reaction. Finally, try to shift your mindset from "I should apologize" to "Do I need to apologize?" If the answer is yes, then by all means, go ahead and apologize. But if the answer is no, then don't waste time feeling guilty and instead focus on the situation at hand. By recognizing when we are over-apologizing and actively trying to break this habit, we can become more confident in our own opinions and behaviors and show that we trust ourselves enough not to feel guilty for things out of our control. Number 2. Saying "I'm fine" when you're not. Many women have a tendency to put on a brave face, even when they're not actually feeling fine. They might be facing a difficult situation but try to pretend like it's not a big deal, telling people that they're fine, even though they're not. This can be harmful to your mental health, because you're not taking the time to process your emotions and are instead burying them away. When you don't take the time to address what you're feeling, it can lead to feelings of depression or anxiety down the line. Instead of saying "I'm fine," take some time to reflect on how you really feel. Talk to a trusted friend or family member, or even a therapist if necessary. You don't have to act like everything is okay when it isn't. It's okay to admit that you're struggling. Taking the time to identify and address your feelings will help you take control of them and move forward in a healthier way. Number 3. Being a people pleaser. People-pleasing is a habit that often begins in childhood and can persist into adulthood. People pleasers often feel like they must please others in order to be liked or accepted, but this behavior often leads to feelings of resentment and exhaustion. If you're a people pleaser, you might find yourself saying yes to things you don't really want to do, taking on too much responsibility, or not voicing your opinions out of fear of upsetting others. The best way to break this habit is to become aware of when it happens. When someone asks you to do something, take a moment before responding and ask yourself, "Do I really want to do this? What are the consequences of saying yes?" This will help you make decisions based on what's best for you, rather than feeling obligated to please other people. Another helpful strategy is to practice self-assertiveness. This means expressing your needs, thoughts, and feelings in a direct and honest way. It can be uncomfortable at first, but if you're able to express yourself assertively, people will have a better understanding of who you are and what you want. Finally, it's important to recognize that you don't need anyone's approval or validation to feel good about yourself. Validate your own feelings, thoughts, and needs and stand up for yourself. With practice, you can break the habit of people-pleasing and take control of your life. Number 4. Being a pushover. When it comes to being a pushover, it's easy to find yourself in a situation where you are giving in to someone's demands just to avoid confrontation. This could range from saying yes to doing something you don't want to do, or allowing someone to take advantage of your generosity. The more you do this, the more it reinforces the idea that people can push you around and manipulate you. The best way to break the habit of being a pushover is to recognize the warning signs and be firm in your stance when it happens. Start by learning how to say no without feeling guilty or anxious. Don't be afraid to set boundaries and stick to them. Take a step back and assess any situation before you make a decision, and remember that your opinion matters. Know when it's okay to put yourself first and respect yourself enough to make the right choices. Finally, Be aware of how others treat you and don't be afraid to stand up for yourself if you feel like someone is taking advantage of you. Number 5. Not setting boundaries. One of the worst habits that many nice girls have is not setting boundaries. When we don't set clear boundaries, it leaves us vulnerable to people who take advantage of our good nature and don't respect our needs. Boundaries are essential in healthy relationships, both with yourself and with others. When you don't set boundaries, you might find yourself feeling taken advantage of or resentful towards other people. You might also feel like your time and energy isn't being respected. It's important to take some time to reflect on what your limits are and communicate those limits to the people in your life. Think about the types of behaviors that you're willing to put up with and what you're not comfortable with. Once you've established your boundaries, be firm in communicating them to others. For example, if someone asks you for a favor that you're not comfortable with, you can say something like, "I'm sorry, but I'm not able to do that." It's also important to practice self-care and make sure that you prioritize your own needs. This means that if you're feeling overwhelmed or drained, you should take a step back and take care of yourself before engaging with other people. Remember that your time and energy are valuable, and it's okay to take a break from time to time. Setting boundaries is an essential skill for nice girls, so make sure that you're practicing it regularly. It may feel awkward at first, but with time and practice, it will become second nature. Your relationships will be much healthier and more fulfilling when you start taking control of your own well-being. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If this video resonated with you, be sure to give a like, subscribe and share with anyone else you think needs this. Thanks for watching, until next time.